What's going on, guys? It's Humphrey, and today we'll be talking about developing your distress protocol. Initial stress protocol. Sometimes people cope with intense emotions in ways that can make a bad situation even worse. Although some of these coping behaviors may feel good in the short term, they can actually sabotage your progress in the long term. The ability to tolerate distress is essential for mental health because pain and distress are part of life, unfortunately, and they cannot be entirely avoided. Unhelpful ways of dealing with distress might include focusing on how unpleasant, unbearable, or unfair the distress is, and trying to avoid distress by using substances, self-harm, or suicide, etc. However, there are some things that you can do to help weather the storm and tolerate the stress until a solution or an opportunity to solve your current problem. Ideally, you should start practicing these skills before you are experiencing high level or distress. These skills become even more helpful after you have practiced using them for a while. I will put this video in like a big playlist. I'm not sure if I did that already, but if I didn't, I will put this whole book in like a playlist so you guys can like easily go back if you really need to, just for you guys' sake. Trying to use a skill in a crisis without ever practicing them would be like trying to hit a home run in a big baseball game when you have never picked up a bat. That's just an example. In addition to practicing these skills themselves, you can also start to plan how you can use them in the future. By looking at your own experiences, you can identify situations that have triggered you in the past, and then create a plan for how you might use distress tolerance skills in the future for when you have a distressful situation or event that might happen to you. The goal is to become capable of calmly recognizing difficult situations and their impact rather than becoming overwhelmed by them or hiding them altogether. By identifying situations that create or contribute to distress, we can prepare ourselves and choose healthy, skillful behaviors instead of continuing the constant cycle of problematic behaviors. Just like anything, if you, let's say you're addicted to drugs, let's say I wouldn't say really addicted to alcohol, but it's kind of what happens. There's always help for people out there, and it really depends on how you cope with stuff, like how you get better, because everyone is different. I got better by myself, but that may be different for like other people that may need to go to like AA or like drug groups. Maybe you get treatment or anything like that just to help you guys. I know it's going to be hard at first, but whatever you guys set your mind to, you guys can do it. I love y'all. I make these videos to help in any way, shape, or form and make sure you guys are good. And I try to give you as much information as possible. I'm not an expert by any means, but I just have seen some shit and been through a lot of traumatic events. I'm not saying my life was the hardest it could have been, but it wasn't the best. I'll give it that. Okay, here's some questions. Take some time right now to list several situations that have prompted distress or difficult emotions. Well, right now my grandpa, I'm not sure how long it's been, but my grandpa has Alzheimer's disease or dementia, and that's pretty hard to see. I didn't have to, but I stuck with my grandma through chemo and radiation and all that jazz, so I kind of have seen all the painful sides and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just one. If you look at my broken cover, that was after Christmas when I went to go see my grandpa and his house, and yeah, that's one of them. When my mom was with my sister's dad, and she I'm not sure really what happened, but she went with another guy when she was still together with him, and he's been like the best like father figure kind of in my life, because I really didn't grow up with a father. So that like every emotion and all that jazz, like, Callie girl, you alright, girl? I'm sorry, dogs. But all the emotions came back. I wrote several songs about this. So if you guys want to check that out, I believe all my information, other channels, is down below. If you guys want to check that out. So those are two. I can't really think of more off the top of my head right now, but those are like the main two that I struggle with. And like trying to like reconnect with her is pretty hard. Like I got no ill like shit towards her, but you know how it goes. Like if your parent is like abusive or mean to you, like you don't wanna, you try to like keep your distance, I guess, because you don't want to like have all those like emotions or behaviors or anything like that come back to you. I know they're always gonna be like, if you get PTSD like I have, I probably have unknown illnesses that I haven't even go to I don't really go to the doctors because Okay, that's a side note. I did answer some questions. I didn't answer all 5, but if you guys want to do that, go for it. Learn what distress looks like for you. It's gonna be different depending on the person. So I can't really say pinpoint like, oh, this is gonna help you, or this and this. You know what I'm saying? So just learn how you are. You know how you are, and what works for you and what doesn't. So just do what works for you, and if it doesn't work for someone else, that's all right, dogs. Sometimes it's difficult to rate the intensity of our emotions, especially in high distress situations. The distress scale can be a guide to assist in building awareness to what level emotions are experiencing. There is a chart. You will notice that when we have to practice tolerating distress emotions that are at lower levels 1 to 3 without using skills, and use skills only when our distress is or at above 4 out of 7. This is the first step in learning that we are able to manage our emotions without engaging in problematic behaviors. I'll take a picture of this and put it on the screen for you guys, but from 1 to 0, it's low and manageable. Then 4 to 5 is medium, difficult to manage. Then 6 and 7 is like, you can't manage that shit. Let's review the rating scale together and think what it might look like behaviorally when someone is experiencing each level of distress. It is important to reflect on your own behavioral reaction to strong emotions so that you can build awareness around the emotions are becoming difficult to manage, and when it may be important for others to recognize that you are experiencing heightened emotions so they can assist. There's not a lot of people. I don't really hang around a lot of people. I hang around my brother, his girlfriend, my sister, her boyfriend, dad, and my girlfriend and her family. It's really who I all hang out with. Like, every once in a while, here and there, I talk to other people, but I'm like, I like to just do my own thing. So it's fine. It's no disrespect to anyone, but now think through what someone may look like in experiencing each level of distress. Make sure you are identifying observable, measurable behaviors. What might someone look like at level 0? Okay, I'm just gonna start at 1, 2, 3, and go to 7. These are just examples I'm gonna use, and do your descriptions, including non-judgmental language. For example, sitting in the corner with leg folded and crying versus freaking out. Probably start at like 7. This is like, let's say you're having like a mental breakdown, or it's like really heavy, like someone just died or something, like where you went through a breakup or something like that, and like all the emotions are coming to you. Like, it's hard, but you can, depending on who like passed away, like that can be the factor. Like, let's say your best friend died of like 20 years or something, like that's gonna be harder of an impact than like, let's say your like cousin that you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna have you guys list some. Just try to be non-judgmental. Like I said, review of skills. Like I said, I will put, if I didn't already, I will put these videos in their separate like playlists, so you guys can just come back whenever if you need let's say like you want to do the mindful 5 4 3 2 1 exercise or tip, or use activities to manage your stress. However you want to like manage your distress is totally up to you. Like I said, everyone's different. Next, you're going to complete your own distress protocol. Keep in mind, we want to start using skills at or above 4 out of 7. On the initial distress protocol template, please add in activities that may be more helpful for you in managing the stress. Like for me personally, I like to write music and play games, go for walks, stuff like that, go on hikes, get straight toasted. That's what I like to do, but that could be totally different for you or your situation. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's different. Reference the activities you may have identified under the use of activity to manage the stress section in your workbook. Well, you don't have a workbook, you have me going reading this to you. So if you have like a pen or pencil or whatever you do, take notes, or maybe you just watch this like 20 times. I'm not sure. However you take in information. List specific times that you can utilize your distress protocol throughout your day. There is research to suggest that practicing your distress protocol regularly can actually minimize our vulnerability to strong emotions. Our goal is for you on the other side of the screen to have enough practice that when you really need them, you will always remember these skills and know how to use them when the time is right. What time or place can you identify to practice your distress protocol? Some of these are like in your heads, so like anytime during the day you feel distressed, you can do some of these. I know some of them you can't, maybe you can, depending on your work situation. Just find the time and during the day, or like let's say you have a good day, and or like, you know what I'm saying, just find your balance. On a scale of 0 to 7, what is the likelihood of you practicing one of these skills in the next 24 hours? It's alright if you're having a good ass day, I understand that, but when you're having those hard days and you just need a little bit to breathe, just take your time. It's all good, birds. Just take as much time as you need. What might get in the way of practicing skills? Let's say you're at work and you have a mental breakdown or something like that. This is an example. Like I am used to factory work, and right now I don't work factory jobs, but you just gotta keep on going. They really don't care. They just care about money, or the ones I worked for. Whatever helps you cope inside your own head. Just figure that out and just always be working on something, learning new skills that you can use to help you be all good in your own head. What to work on? Review your distress protocol and practice the skills, like I said, at a time when you are not in high distress so that you can get familiar with them. We recommend doing this every day initially so that you can use the skill effectively when you really need it. So like everything, practice makes perfect. Like if you have like half an hour to 20 minutes, 15 minutes, just to like fill out your like distress protocol, or like actually do your distress protocol and just go over like everything that's going on. Or if you just like to talk to someone about your emotions, like you have a therapist or like whatever, that you have a friend, girlfriend, brother, I don't know those, but whoever you feel comfortable with talking to, if that's how you like to unleash your emotions. Or you just like to like do what I do and just stab a zombie like fucking 20 times in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Next time you experience distress at a 4 or higher out of 7, please review your distress protocol and try using the skills listed. And it may not be perfect at times, like I said, but it's important to continue trying to learn the skills so in the future you can like actually pinpoint what skill might be useful at your specific time. Alright dogs, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. The next video will be behavioral chain analysis, so I hope you guys are looking for that. Forward to that. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn post notifications so you never miss out on more videos like this, and make sure you give it a like button, hit that like button if this video has helped in any way, shape, or form. You guys can ask me anything in the comments or email me. I'm not a doctor by any means. I'm not like a professional in the mental health, but I can give you like kind of what I do, or I feel it's alright if you don't want to talk. It's alright. It's not a big deal, but I'm just putting that option out there for you guys, because this is a family. This is not really like, oh, you're my fans, and because you guys make you actually watching this. I love y'all so much for like watching and supporting and all that jazz. I love y'all. Stay safe. See you in the next video.